All right, I am making the intro after we left the store, so I already know we found some great stuff. This box is going to be available for sale as soon as you're seeing this video on my big cartel store. I will pop the address up on the screen. And there's a couple things that are breakable, and I just couldn't leave them behind. The profit was too good, so let's go look and see what we found. All right, we are actually starting in the back of the store because, as you just saw, Dalton is with me and he had to go potty. So these pewter frames were really heavy. They looked pretty nice and they were priced at $2 each. So I am looking at Fetco picture frames because that was the brand. And you can see some are listed here as high as 20, but most are listed around the $7 up to $15 mark. So there's still some 10, 12. So at $2 each, with me doubling the price, I didn't think there was enough room for profit there. I looked at this. It is the Investigator. It might be actually good for Dalton, but they wanted $500. They had a sign there showing that it was like $1,500 online or something, but we decided to leave that there. And now we are going to go over to some of the cases. I saw this pottery, which is really, really pretty. It was white and cobalt blue, and it was Bears Pottery, which is not a brand I am familiar with. This pitcher was $7, and it is bigger, so with me buying for you guys, the shipping would just cost too much, so I did put that back. These little shakers were really cute. They were $2.50, but one of the stoppers was missing and the one was cracked. So I did decide to leave those behind as well. But if you guys find them cheap, they sell for about $10 to $15 pretty regularly. And now what I'm going to do, I have to look up the comps on the Bears Pottery because if it's really high, I would still pick it up for you guys. So we are looking at some of the sold. And you can see Bears Pottery is a pretty good brand. The canister set sold for $67, but with me needing to ship it to you, it was just a little too much with how much they were asking. And here they had quite a bit of teacups. This one was really pretty with the cobalt blue and gold, but they had it priced at $6 and those only sell for about $15. So again, not enough room for profit. I am again checking. That one was made in Japan. And it was only $2, but those only will sell for about, again, $12 to $15. So really not enough room for profit there. Now they do have Christmas at the front of the store. And here I'm looking at the towels. They actually didn't have them priced. They wanted 50 cents each. But what I look for when I look for these towels is I try and find them in sets of 2 that match. And these were all just individual different prints. I found that 2 of the same print tends to sell a little better. And I do look at the stockings as well because we are coming up on Christmas, and if you don't know, stockings sell very well. So if you can find them for $1, I would pick them up. Now there's a ton of little Christmas figurines in here, so I am just looking to see if anything stands out or catches my eye, but nothing there did. Now I'm looking at the bulbs and items like that. Some of Christmas bulbs can sell very high for replacement if they are for vintage ones. This, I believe, was actually crystal, but there were no markings. And I saw this bag of ornaments, and what I do is I look in there because you never know what could be in a mixed bag of ornaments. There might be some hidden money there, but I didn't see anything overly spectacular in that bag. This Santa was awesome, but he was $5, and I feel like he would probably sell for about 15 to 20. So again, not really enough room for profit there. Now we are back to the linens. This Blake Shelton pillowcase was there the last time we were here, but I did decide to leave it behind. Now I am looking at some of the blankets, but I would have to feel a blanket would sell really high in order to offer it in one of these thrift boxes because your shipping is going to be pretty expensive. These blankets are pretty heavy. Dalton is insisting on pushing the cart, by the way, in case you see the cart go awry. So here I noticed these placemats. They are really nice. There was a set of, I think it was 4 or 5, but unfortunately they were $6. They would probably sell for about 20, but as I'm thrifting here, I have to remember that I am doubling my cost to you. So if it were me, I wouldn't want to pay $12 for those placemats. If they had been 3, where my cost to you would be 6, I would have picked them up, but they weren't. So these are eco accents. I'm going to research because sometimes placemats go for $40 to $50, and I just want to make sure, since it does have a tag, that I am looking it up. And here you see there are actually none sold. So even though I feel like these would probably sell fairly well and fairly fast at $6, it was just a little too much of a buy cost. Dalton loved the life ring there. This Aida cloth, if you see it cheap, I would pick it up. It sells fairly fast, only for about $5 to $10. So I only pick them up at like yard sales for 50 cents or so. And then we saw also this tapestry pillow that was up on the top. I had to grab it and pull it down. It says, "Friends are the best things." It was $2. This one was something I would pick up, but it would probably, again, only sell for about 10 to 15. I am pointing these items out because I want you to know when you are out thrifting and at garage sales, if you see them for cheap, to get them. And then Dalton found this ball, which was absolutely flat, but he had to have it. And as long as he behaves, we let him get something at each store if he finds something. We have an overabundance of toys at our house. And here are the dolls, and I always look for dolls that stand out to me. This one said Autumn Alice. It was on styrofoam. I did not research that one. Might have been good, but the signal in the store is bad. Now, this one looked really nice, and it does have a tag there that said it was handmade in Poland. It didn't have that price, but I did go ahead and put this in the cart, hoping that they would price around $2 to $3, because I believe this doll will sell for $20 to $25, and we did end up only paying $2 for that doll. So that doll is one of the things that we picked up. And then these were Claire's cupboard, and they, I think, were made in China as well. Some ice skates are worth money. Definitely look up the brand and the type if you have a signal. And then I liked this little doll made in Mexico. However, if you look at the face there, there are some bleach stains on it. So I did decide to leave her there. And this was Barrington. That bear, I'm sorry you couldn't see it better, but that is an okay brand to pick up as well. And Dalton has now decided the ball should go in the cart. Here is a bunch of stuff. So it's hard when you see so many, but when I see packaged cross stitch, I definitely look them up. They are not always big sellers, but in my experience, they do sell pretty fast. This one had a barcode, which makes it really easy to look up. You can hit the little camera in the top right of the search on the eBay app, and you can scan it, which is what I did here, and it will pull up the UPC. This one was only $1, but when I looked it up, you'll see here only one sold for $9.99. So that's just not enough room for profit, unfortunately. And they had like different iron-ons there. And we're just seeing what all we see. Now, over on the other side, they have backpacks, and sometimes they put purses here. This one actually looked really nice, so I looked inside, but it was not branded, so I did decide to leave that one there. And then on the bottom, I saw these vests, and it was a whole kit. They had them for $2.50, which I wasn't sure about. But this one has fabric with kitty cats for Christmas, and it was only 50 cents. So we did pick that one up. And we are just digging because there are just piles and piles of stuff here. We're looking to see what we can see. That one was kind of missing the front color pattern, so I did decide to leave that one behind. And this I want to show you guys. It is priced up. It is priced at $12. But these mosaic bead kits do sell for about $20, but at $12, that was a little too high for profit. And the plush was a little overwhelming. We did look at a couple of things just to check them out, but nothing was really standing out overly to me. And some days I feel like digging through plush and other days I do not. This was a day I did not feel like digging through plush. And then, look what we saw in the back of the store. There's a boat in the middle of the thrift store. So, we had to put Dalton in the boat. Gotta have a little fun while you're thrifting, right? Dalton likes sitting in the boat. All right, I'm showing you this poop thing because Mr. Hanky Poo from South Park, a small one that looked very similar to that, it was actually a poop stick sold for $50 for me, and I only paid $1. So watch for South Park poop plush. I know it sounds crazy, but watch for it. Now, I mentioned this about 3 visits ago. I love this Coca-Cola hot dog maker, but I'm showing you here. They have this way overpriced. They have it at $10, and it's been there since July. So on their price stickers, you can see how long something's been at the store, and that one's been there a long time. Dalton has to push by himself. All right. Here, this is a wood plate of the Caribbean. It has the Bahamas. It has the Virgin Islands. It is on wood. It is only $1. I did pick that up. I believe that will sell for about $15 to $20. This, I'm sad, I comped after. This Tower Hobbies ceiling iron was $4.50, and double to you guys would have been $9, but it sells for $40. So if that's there next time, I will get it. And this is me going back researching those vests, and unfortunately they only sell for about $18 or so, and they were priced at $2.50, which was a little bit too much. So now we are kind of again in a mix, and always try and like kind of lift stuff up and look. If you do not know already, the car stereos can be pretty valuable. I tend to pick them up most at garage sales because people will charge like $5. And all you have to do is put in the part number. And you see here, there were some for $60, some for $30. They had them priced at $10, but they were also sold for only $20, $30 free shipping. So there was not enough room for profit on that model, but some sell over $100. So keep an eye out and look up the model numbers on car stereos. Now, this was an old saw, but they had it priced at $7, which I felt was a little too high. It was in poor condition. And again, signal's not great in here, so I don't really comp a lot of things. Just looking through the tools. And then, this is another thing if you do not already know, cordless phones still sell. So I am going to look up comps on this. It was priced at $4. And I put the DECT60, but I couldn't find any, and these weren't similar to mine. So what I'm going to do is kind of edit what I was searching for, and I changed it to say answering. And I still couldn't find any, so I did decide to leave that one behind with no history. And here around the corner is typically where I found health and beauty items. This is their little kind of health and beauty section. And I look for makeup and things like that. But up top here, you're going to see me bring it down here in a second. They had these bags. So these bags were full of hotel soaps. And I have made hundreds of dollars on hotel soaps. It was $2.50 for the bag. And what I'm doing, it does make a difference, the brand on these. So I am going to go ahead and look up the brand of that hotel soap on eBay because I can see it through the bag. And the name was Aquamart Institute Swiss. And you'll see there's not a ton listed, only one listed, but they want $10.99 for 2 of them. But in sold, somebody sold 16 for 22. So on average, I get about $1 a piece. Sometimes you can get up to $2 or $3 a piece, depending on the brand. And the whole bag was $2.50. So I did pick those up. And then this brand had some cheaper, like Motel 6, which I didn't feel would be as valuable, and there weren't as many in there. But look, here's another big bag that looks like it's all higher end hotel soap. So I picked up that bag as well. Now, when you list these, you have to kind of research, divide them, and maybe offer like 3 lots of 10 or 6 lots of 5 and figure out how you would like to list it. Now this is Belvedere Vodka, and what I'm doing is looking up. I just did Belvedere Vodka Ice Bucket, and you can see they sell for like 15 to 20, but this one was priced at 4. And when I double it again, not enough room for profit of what I'm wanting you guys to make. But if you guys come across these, it looks like they do sell well for about $15 to $20. I did decide to leave it there though. Dalton's jumping and exercising. All right, shot glasses. So this is another thing. If you can get them bulk, these were $1 each. I really do prefer 50 cents. But they only sell for about $10 to $15. And then there in the back, this piece really caught my eye. So I am using Google Lens and I am taking a photo of it. And the signal's horrible, so we have to wait a little while for Google to decide it's going to work. So we're going to look as Google is doing its thing. And you see I have to hit try again. The signal is really horrible in this store. So we're just walking and seeing what else we see while we're waiting. And there's the super shooter. Unfortunately, it was priced at 7, so it was a little too high. But the comps are now up. This is the exact one here with the shot glasses on the side. And this was a Worth Point listing. And because I do have a Worth Point membership, I was able to pull it up. And this one sold for $90. So I turned around, went back, and decided I paid 10, which means I'll charge you 20. But if you can sell it for 90, that's still a $70 profit. And I decided I couldn't leave it behind. I will pack it up and ship it to you in this thrift box. And this is an amazing piece. So that shows you the power of Google Lens and Worth Point together. We're able to comp that out pretty fast. So little wooden boat. It was only 50 cents, but it wasn't marked, so I did decide to leave that one behind. And then I always look at little vases after selling my little vase for $200. We got to check out the vases for markings. These little salt and pepper shakers they look similar to Sango, but they weren't, so I did put them back. If they had been Sango brand, I would have picked them up because they sell well. Again, that super shooter was just a little too high. Now, these tile trivets were priced at $2. I typically like to pick them up about $1 or so. That was a Walmart brand. It looked really nice, but it was a Walmart brand. It was Mainstays. Now, this spoon, I think I picked up last time thinking it was Deruta. And again, it was a made in China piece. So we did leave that there as well. So picking stuff up, turning it over, looking at it is how you learn a little bit more about stuff. Now this Renault cork puller, I didn't look up, but they had it priced at 2. If they had it priced at 1, I probably would have researched it a little bit more. This Hello Kitty bowl has been there for months. They have it priced at $6 or $8, which is a little too high. This is Shed the World Aquarium. This is actually a really nice aluminum bottle in a leather carrying case, and I did look this up. So I looked up just Shed Aquarium because there were no bottles, and you can see their memorabilia or their souvenirs do sell well, some upwards of $20. And this is something I was really on the fence about getting because it was really high quality for $3, but I did in the end decide to leave that behind. These were really cute, but they were made in China. I know you couldn't see them. I am sorry. All right, on to more knickknacks. So these were some little Oneida candle holders. I think they had them priced at like $2.50, I want to say, which was just a little too high for the smaller candle holders. This was really cool, like brass flower, but I think it was $4 again, just a little bit higher than what I would like to pay. And we are just peeking and turning things over. This is an Amberina hat. I can't remember the name of this pattern. I know it, but I can't think of it right now. So we are comping this out. They had it priced at $7. We are going to filter to the sold items and try and find this little hat. And there it is. It only sold for $10, so there was no room for profit there. This little trinket dish was signed. It was only $1, but those are a little bit harder to keyword and sell. So if somebody that's a beginner gets one of my thrift boxes, I don't want to make listing very, very difficult for them. So we did decide to put that back. I love this Indian, and her dress was leather, but they wanted $15, and that was just a little too much, and I knocked over the eagle, but he was not harmed. I promise. He was okay. And there's another little Mexico doll. This one wasn't stained, but they wanted $1.75, and it's only like a 4 to 5 inch doll. So I did decide to put her back. I just don't think she would probably sell for about $10. And I was hoping that little bowl was marked, but it was not. Dalton's checking stuff out on the shelves. This vase I love, but unfortunately they had it at $8, and that was just a little too much. If it was like 3 or 4, that is something I seriously would have contemplated picking up. I really like the pattern on that vase. Now, this Fenton Shoe, I comped after the fact. They wanted $7 for it, and it actually only sells for about $9 on eBay. So there is no room for profit, but if a collector went in there and found that, it would be good. And then there was this little wood car. But first we're going to look at this bear. He is made of shells, and he is $3. I will tell you guys, I've seen jewelry boxes covered in shells sell for $30 to $50. So definitely gonna look up this bear, but first I'm trying to find the car. And again, we keep moving while the internet is taking its time doing things, because I don't want to stand still for 2 minutes. So I'm looking, and some of these cars sold for over $300, but it wasn't the exact car. I went back and kind of looked, but it wasn't the exact one. So without knowing it was the exact one or having a way to identify it, I did decide to skip the car. Now, I looked up shell bear, and I was getting all kinds of crazy results. So I decided to go back and put seashell bear. And sometimes you do have to change what you're searching for. So I'm kind of looking through here. We're going to look at sold comps and see if we see any bears made of shells. And right there is one that sold for $46 made of seashells. So we are going to go back and grab that little teddy bear, and we are going to put it in our cart. I would probably price him at about $50 and take offers and hope to get $40 or more plus shipping. Now here is this copper plate. I do like selling copper. I turned it over, and there's part of a Copper Craft Guild sticker, but they wanted $2 for this. And we're going to look it up first to see if we can find comps. Sometimes those only go for about 10 to 15. Checking the silver plate for a marking, there was none. But I am going to use my phone with Google Lens to try and look up that copper plate. Again, the phone is working while we are continuing to look at other stuff. And while that is loading, I saw this pewter pitcher. I just sold a pewter pitcher a couple weeks ago for $50. This one is stamped. It was made in Poland. So for only $2 without even comping it, I think this was an excellent pickup. Again, didn't run comps. My last one sold for over $50. But this should at least bring $20 to $25, if not more. It does have the brand on there, so whoever gets the thrift box can definitely look that up. And then this little serving tray, I was trying to see if it was marked. And again, the same thing with this little Lazy Susan type thing. It was $3, but unfortunately there were no markings. It had a sticker, but I couldn't read the sticker. Now, finally, Google has decided to work. And I found a copper plate similar, but it was a 20 inch, so it was actually bigger than the one we were looking at. And it does have a Worth Point comp. Again, I use Worth Point quite a bit. You'll see I've already used it, I think, 3 times while I've been in this store. I saw this tile hand painted. I really liked it, but at $4, I don't think there was much room. It would probably sell for $10 to $15, but at $4, that was just a little bit too much. Dalton's riding on the cart off and on. Now, Those General Electric, I probably should have looked up, but I am just thinking, knowing that I am reselling these boxes to you, the shipping would be crazy. So I really am trying to stay away from really heavy, big items, just because having double shipping on it, me shipping to you and then you shipping to your buyer, chances that there will be enough room for profit are probably pretty slim. Now, if somebody knows those were worth more, definitely let me know. I did look at these Real Legend shorts. I think their shorts were $4, which would have been, about $8 to you, and they only sell for about $15. So not enough room for profit. But this West Point Go Army knit hat, when winter is coming up, was only $2. I did not comp it, but I would say it will probably go at least for $20 to $25. And we are just going to look through the hats. I look for older hats. I try and see if I see like college or sports teams, especially with it being football season. This little sock monkey hat was really cute, but I don't think it would resell for too much. They had this vintage new in the package shirt, but it was $5, so I did not even bother looking up the brands. And that was a little fishing hat up there, but it was made in China. So now we are going to go down here and we are going to look at the shoes and see what we see. And I do kind of browse down these aisles as I am going to see if I see anything, but nothing really caught my eye there. So, shoes. First thing on top I see here, this is a kid's Merrell. If you do not know Merrell, even the kids' Merrells are worth a lot of money. It was $3. So I'm looking, I'm like, where is the other one of these shoes? Like, these shoes are worth $25, maybe even $35. And then I found another right shoe of Merrell. I have two Merrells in my hands, but they are both right. They are the right Merrells. But there is no left. I am digging and digging because I would have loved to find you guys 2 pairs of Merrell shoes, but there were no matches. I don't know if somebody donated them. I don't know. Now, Crocs sell really fast, but these unfortunately were in poor repair, so I decided to leave those there. If they are in better condition, Crocs sell very, very fast, even the plain ones. So we are just looking at the shoes to see if anything stands out. These looked different, but I didn't see a name on them that I could really look up, and the bottom kind of looked cheap. So we did decide to leave them there. But these sandals are Robert Zur, and these looked expensive to me. So we're going to look these up. Now, when I search, there are some for $28, $30. But most of those are free shipping. So we're going to look at the solds. And these do sell okay. So you see $30, but I didn't see the type that we had, so I did decide to leave those there. Now, these Skechers were very, very nice, but unfortunately, and they looked like they were new. Unfortunately, they had them priced at, I believe, $25. So there was no room for profit. Dalton is throwing a fit right now, but you can't hear him. He wanted to go home to his daddy. All right. We are looking through belts. If you do not know, some leather belts and particular brands, if you can find a brand name on it, belts can be a good pickup, especially if they're only $1 each, which is what they are here. So I am looking through ones that look nice and seeing, but the few that I did decide to look at were made in China. So we did not pick up any belts this day. Dalton's checking out the mannequin there. Now, up here, these hats looked extremely nice. It is Marie Killery is the name, but they had them at $20 a piece. However, if this hat's worth $200, I want to know, and I would pay $20. So we are going to look this up on our phone. Don't always set stuff back down because it's high priced. That means you need to research it sometimes. So unfortunately, there were none sold that said couture hat. So I erased couture. And there are some listed here for $50, but when I went to sold, unfortunately, there were none sold, so those $20 hats had to stay there. And then I saw this Tigger costume, and Dalton doesn't have a costume yet for Halloween. So I'm showing it to Dalton to see if he likes it. He had to do the sniff test. and he decided that he did like it. So we bought this. It was separate from the thrift box. We did pay cash for this, not use the business card, and it was $5, which I think is a great price. So Dalton is putting his costume that he wants in the cart. I did look at a lot of t-shirts, but I actually didn't get any, so I did delete most of the footage. I do like this pool shark shirt, but their shirts are $2.50 here, and these only sell for about $10 to $15, and you see Dalton hiding in the rack. Now we are up front. We are working our way to checking out. I saw this Mickey Mouse handmade. This is like cross stitch on, you know, the plastic, and look at these coasters in here. There's Donald and Daffy and Goofy and Mickey and Minnie and Pluto. They were $6, but I think those Mickey coasters will sell very well. They are vintage. They are handmade. Disney sells excellent. This brush was $12, and I don't know enough about brushes to know if that was a good deal. Dalton is getting a little hyper at this point, as you see. So we are just going to quickly look at these brooches and see if they are marked. But unfortunately, none of these were marked, so we did not pick up any brooches. And I always look in the cases because you can find some really good stuff in the cases. Unfortunately, this day I did not decide to get anything from the case. All right, so what I am going to show you is me and the manager taking a sneak peek at something that I might get for you guys that could be amazing money.
I told her we don't have a price yet, but I'm gonna call her and let her know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about an hour from here.
I told her I'd let her take a sneak preview.
It's some
That's
awesome
what's in
stuff.
there.
So cool. I'm so excited.
Look at those chairs.
And look, it's got I mean, it's got look at this is a whole bedroom.
The little dresser.
Look at it's a whole bedroom set and it's got the toilets
Oh
in it.
my gosh.
And you got to be careful because some of this is like old vintagey.
This one
And see,
isn't,
look.
but some of it is. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This one's made in China, but look at that.
But I mean, it goes on and on and on.
Wow.
But look at even the house. It's got
Look,
a
it's got
fire,
the
but look at the
washer and
floors.
dryer.
Look at the
Oh my
floors.
gosh.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It is.
But it's got
That up
oh,
here.
and it's got the all Christmas.
I see that little.
It's got the Christmas
I see
decorations.
Santa.
And look,
Oh my gosh, the bed.
look at this. It's got this that fit in these things. I know we were gonna come in like on a Sunday and kind of fix it up, and that's why we got plexiglass and everything to go onto it. But I mean, it goes on and on.
Oh, yeah, it's so cool.
And you wouldn't believe all the boxes I have in the back. Oh my Lord. I mean, it's just, like I said, it goes on and on and on. Let me get your name and number and,
All right, so not too bad for our first me thrifting for you video, I don't think. I think there's probably $150 in profit at least in this box after what you pay, and I think it's going to be good. The one piece is worth $90 minimum. That was a worth point comp you saw. The handmade Mickey coasters are absolutely amazing. They are vintage, and I think they will sell, they might even sell for $75. They will sell for at least $50. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. As you saw, I do have Dalton with me, and we are going to go hit some more thrift stores, so watch for the next video. All right, so here is what we have for this box. There is this Uncommon Threads, which should go for about $10, maybe more. There are 2 bags of these soaps, which these normally sell for about $1 each in lots. I only paid $1.50 for these. I did pay $6 for this Mickey Mouse, but look at the coasters. This is vintage and made amazing. If I were selling this, would probably list it at about $75 and take up to $50. This little bear, there were comps of about $40 for bears made of shells, and this one was $3, and then I could not pass this up. So this was $10, so it'll be $20 to you since you're paying double, but the comps are $90, so I will ship that. And then I also got this Pewter Pitcher. This one was made in, I think, Poland. Yes, in Poland. And that one was $2. I got this Caribbean plate for $1. This little girl, I believe they charged me $2.
I would research her. She does have some markings, but she might go for 20 to 30. I got this West Point hat for $2. I didn't check comps. And that is it for this box. So I spent $31 total. So your cost will be $61. Shipping is going to be $25 because this is going to have to go in a 14 by 14 box, and it's about 13 pounds. So that is everything that is available. It is again listed on the Big Cartel store. It is the nurseflipper.bigcartel.com. And yeah, good luck to whoever gets it. And I think these will be some great sales. Put your hat on to be Tigger. Put your hat on.